Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl video, where we'll be looking at, once again, another monocoloured deck, this time with Anax, Hardened the Forged, in Getting Satyrical. So, when it comes to the options for red commanders, the most common one you end up seeing is usually Torbran, just because you can do a proper mono-red aggro strategy with him. His double damage is quite insane, and you're able to quickly ramp up with him and get in a lot of damage. Since Ilhag and Perforos, whilst I have seen, the issue is with red you have a lot fewer good options for high-end creatures that are worth cheating out that way. And yeah, sometimes you see Krenko, but once again, I find that with things like Krenko and Ilhag and Perforos, they work best in other colours as part of the deck as opposed to the commander itself because of the limits of monocolour. And given that I wanted to give Anax a try, since it sort of fits into the flavour of red with a relatively aggressive strategy, but it takes a little bit of a different approach from Torbran, where Torbran is able to just increase the damage massively as long as he's on the field. Anax's power comes from your devotion, so whilst we do have a lot of creatures and whatnot and permanents, so I think we're like running Omen of the Forge over most of the other damage spells that are available in that range, just for getting the extra devotion. But he also is then also able to make satyrs whenever one of our creatures dies, so when we're attacking in and our stuff is trading with the opponents, we're still getting value out of that. And that's essentially the goal I'm going for with the Anax deck, with Anax getting as big as possible so that we can fling him or Gravitic Punch to just finish off the opponent, and then we overwhelm the opponent with just a quick aggressive burst, with hopefully Anax being able to recover as well enough if our stuff dies, and just get a few more creatures to get a little bit of extra damage through. So, obviously some notable things is if they've got greater power than 4, then we get 2 tokens with Anax instead of the 1. So I did push for a few extra cards which probably could easily be cut and aren't the best options, like Goblin Assault Team, Embereth Paladin, just because they do have the 4 power, so they'll get a swing in. They might be able to make a hit if we're looking at it. They're more likely to be able to trade into something, so not the best, but also getting the value from Anax was the goal there. You know, Opportunistic Dragon, which should always be somewhat relevant with the artifacts. Almost everyone's going to be playing the Arcane Signet, so there's always going to be something to steal with it. And then, yeah, Skargan Hellkite, Cavalier of Flame at the top end. Phoenix of Ash technically doesn't, but we can pump it, so it's able to sometimes be greater than 4. And it then also is able to come back from the graveyard, which gives us another way of just finishing out the game. Furious Rise, I'm giving this a shot over what would probably be better is, I've forgotten what it's called, Experimental Frenzy. Experimental Frenzy does let us then just keep playing things out from our deck, but I wanted to give this a try since the Power 4 clause matters alongside Anax, so it was a fun time to experiment with it. And it does at least let you still play cards from hand, so we're only getting a single extra card each turn that we have to play each turn. Play each turn unless we don't have any creatures with power 4 or greater, in which case it remains. So, yeah, I thought I'd give that a shot. And then Ferocity of the Worlds. Most of our stuff are non-human. Anax is technically non-human. It gives our stuff trample. It gives our attacking creatures +1/+0. So if they die in combat, a lot of our 3 power creatures will then be able to trigger Anax twice. So, you know, just all of the good stuff like that. And we do have a Cavalcade in here since we're making 1/1s with Anax. And I do believe with Ferocity there, the attack happens, the Cavalcade triggers happen, and then they'll get the +1/+0. So that's the deck in a nutshell. We are running a very small number of lands, 21 plus a Heraldic Banner, just because we should theoretically be on the cheap. And for all of those people out there, yes, 6, 7 dwarves I'm sorry, I had 7 initially, and then I was looking for cards to cut, and I went, well, I've got 7 of these guys, we'll cut it down 1, and hope for the best with that. I could probably honestly cut something like Embereth Paladin or Goblin Assault Team with our low land count. It wouldn't hurt too much to lose one of these, or even see Cavalier of Flame maybe. These are great because that's got able to get haste, and I can put the counter on and start dealing damage as well. Cavalier of Flame can give everything haste and buffs everything and gives 3 devotion, but it could be reasonable to cut them just to have our curve even lower so that we're less risky with our 21 lands. But yeah, we still want to have some top end cards that in the event that we do get that freak draw of lots of lands, or if we get to a late enough point in the game where we just need to finish out something with a bigger creature when the opponent's finally got a board state up, those are there. And yeah, 7 dwarves, whilst it's useful to have a few on the field to get extra value, I'm sure that there's probably a mathematician out there who's able to calculate just how much I'm screwing myself over by having 6 instead of 7 for getting an additional. I think it's 3 I need on the board to get the 4/4s to trigger Anax, but it's a fun creature regardless, and it was worth giving a shot, even if I don't have the full 7. But it should be fine. It should be fine. And with that in mind, let's get into some games. Alright, right off into a mono versus mono showdown. Okay, so not exactly the best opponent going first as well. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Okay, I'll keep this. I do at least get Shadow Spear down immediately, so I can get rid of Heliod's Indestructible. There's the Pride Mate, as expected. Start off with an Underworld Rage Hound. That can block into the Ajani's Pride Mate at the moment. Yeah, they're gonna, in response, sacrifice the Alseid to give it protection. It's currently not got any lifelink at the moment, so there's no point doing that. I believe this gives lifelink. It's got to attack, unfortunately, but that lifelink does matter. They're gonna gain another 2 life to counter on something. Unfortunately, that Pride Mate's probably going to get out of range quite quickly. Oh, but the Angel of Vitality is not as big at this point as a result. To counter on that, you do get protection on Alseid active still. Okay, how much is this to equip? 1. So I think I attack. Drop Ember Hauler. And turn. And now that's active to blow up. I'll probably target the Angel of Vitality. So see if they want to sacrifice the Alseid. Okay, so I block this. They can pay to give something lifelink. Let's see whether or not they sacrifice the LP. They do not. Okay, so they've got 2 soldiers, so they can now block and kill the Underworld Rage Hound. So the question is... I think I Anax. Since Anax will then give me 2 satyrs to replace it if they're not blocking. Okay. Oh, that Orator is gonna make a bit of a mess of things. Just that. Okay. No blocks. Attack with both. A few more satyrs. Unfortunately, the satyrs can't block, and they also don't contribute to devotion. But we do what we can. Oh, that gives them life. It's not got flying though, so it's actually not too bad. It's getting beefy, but what I could really use right now is an Ember Cleave. Okay, do I take the 8? I think I do. Okay, let's see here. So that's equipped 2. I have 3 mana left after that. Can equip Anax, attack. If they want to block. This is awkward. Hellkite putting a counter on it to then start burning things down is pretty decent. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, put the counter on it. Okay. Flipping heck, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, damage control. So, you can block out as much damage as possible. How much do I take as a result of that? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, a lot of damage. And if it got a buff for something, then you get that lifelink, takes a lot of life. Unfortunately, they were 1 dwarf off of getting all the value I needed. And now everything's too big for Skagan to burn down. Feels bad. And I'm 1 mana short to equip that, and then Gravitic Punch for lifelink. So I think I do that anyway. Okay. They can straight up kill me. There's not much I can do about that. Because these can't block, those got vigilance. Yeah, that's going to be a game. And yeah, just in case it wasn't over enough. There goes my Shadow Spear, so I can't even kill the god. Why didn't I get my tokens though? Oh, command zone rather than graveyard. Ooh, that is actually that's a good point. I don't get the value off of Anax. That was something that I didn't actually consider when I put this deck together. That's definitely a strike against him. I don't know, maybe I should restructure the red deck entirely. Build it more around Big Red and include Anax in it. Well, more indestructible gods. Okay, so I got A7 dwarves. I've got an Omen. Escape Velocity. Two high cost cards though, it's not so good. That's better. Yeah, I think I can keep this. Oh, and I got a leyline in opening hand. Yeah, that's fine. Right, and here's hoping for a mountain. Ah, that's not a mountain. And it's tapped, unfortunately. There was the mountain. One turn too late. Go away, Anax, go. If they drop Thassa, I've won. Okay, I think I can still threaten lethal here. Although, I think... Let's just attack with that. If they want to trade into it, and the Anax gets to attack next turn. So I need to now build up value. Okay, there's a 7 dwarves. I want to hopefully surprise them. That Kraken's a bit of a problem. But they are just building up blockers at the moment to try and stay alive. Could double dwarf. Don't hate it. That's got to attack. Satyrs. Well, a Satyr. pay that for their tentacles. However, I now currently have them in lethal range. Is that just them? Yeah, that's just them. So let's punch your face. There we go. Much better. Ooh, mono red versus mono red. Lots of mono decks going around today. Okay, I think this is a mulligan. Neither of these are particularly useful. Field of Ruin's pretty much dead. Yeah, I'll keep it. I'd rather not drop an extra card. I can help it. And I can at least drop that down turn 1 to then turn 2 Underworld Ragehound.
Full of firebrands? Hey, these little guys are great!
That's fun. Chandra's actually not a bad idea for this deck, I think. It lets me fling again. Ooh, I do like that mountain. So that lets me 7 dwarves. Escape velocity. Okay, Chandra down. Now, presumably they've got Storm's Wrath. Oh, Fires of Invention. Oh, yeah, that's a good card. If they've got a way of wiping my board, now's the time to do it before I drop Anax. Neither of my things are human. Okay. I'm fine with that. Wasn't quite how I expected the game to go, but hey. I think we can squeeze another game in. Oh, Golos. Finally we get some colour, and it's all of the colour. This is reasonable enough. I can get some aggression going with the banneret. Can drop the 7 dwarves. If they play something out, then I can block. I've got a Shadow Spear to get the second 7 dwarves. I like it. And there's Ferocity of the Wilds. Another card I do quite like. So I think I drop Ferocity over the 7 dwarves next, since it gets me 2 extra damage in this turn. But then 7 dwarves gets me an extra damage in the turn after that. And yeah, they're currently actually quite a ways off of getting a board wipe in. So maybe I Anax. They're considering something. We'll drop a second 7 dwarves. And now Shadow Spear. Okay, Tavera can bounce something, but I'm not too scared of that. Feel of the Dead I'm a little more scared about. You know what? I'll put that onto 7 dwarves. Board wipe. I should have probably taken that into consideration. That's fine. Would have been nice to have had Anax down there as well. Okay. I'll keep this Bone Crusher open for now. Although actually I think I probably wanted to equip the Anax with a Shadow Spear so that it would be equipped and I could drop the Cavalier and just punch straight through Golos. Then again, did they make a zombie off of this, don't they? So I can crush the zombie. Yep. So crush the zombie. Ooh, and a Dwarven Mine. Don't mind if I do. Getting a lot of lands this game. Honestly, somewhat surprising. So I can actually drop this, equip this so it survives. And I do gain life off of that. I should have played the Ferocity of the Wells actually to get the damage through to actually kill Golos. I miscalculated there. But that's fine. That's not so fine. Although it does not have as much devotion, so it's not a problem. Move on to this. Okay, so which do I want to get rid of? Golos can immediately come back. I think we kill the agent and then Golos. I mean, it's, yeah. I probably should have punched instead of Ferocity. Guaranteed that damage, but I gain a fair bit of life. They get their one Satyr. That's a problem. Garrick's a real big problem as soon as those wolves die. It's quite easy for them to do. There's 2 more zombies. So my window of opportunity here is fading fast. Okay, so let's think carefully here. If I equip that with the Shadow Spear, it gets trample, it gets 5 damage. They can triple block, they get both wolves, Garrick gets the ultimate. So I do equip the Goblin Assault Team with the Shadow Spear. But I don't attack. Actually 6, so I can kill all 3 of them, but then it still gets to ultimate, which is then a lot of damage. I need essentially 1 turn's worth of opening Oh yeah, and they also get their extra zombie. Because if I can get one turn of opening to get a solid punch in, then I can hopefully grab a tick punch. And yeah, that's somewhat expected. That's a bit of a problem. I think this game's run away with me at this stage. Yeah, not dropping Anax on the turn before I could have expected a board wipe, I think was a big mistake. Since then I'd have had a few more Satyrs to just get that incremental damage in. Yeah, all my life that I gained from Shadow Spears practically gone. Like an Ember Cleave. The other problem is I can't realistically drop Cavalier of Flame safely because it just gets killed by Garrick at the moment. I'll equip this. Well, they've given me the land necessary to give my Cavalier haste. Uh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I am very close to dead. Oh no, wait, I am actually dead. I miscounted. Where did I miss it? Oh, there's your 4 wolves rather than 3. Well, rip me. Well, it did alright, I think. I definitely think I should probably, honestly, as much as the 6-7 dwarves is interesting, I probably should cut that and get some more 1-drops in. I'm running a really low curve, so not having as many 1-drops as I do is an issue. Or alternatively, because as I mentioned, the death trigger doesn't actually work with Anax. So, well, for Anax itself, with it going to command zone. So maybe it would be more worthwhile, instead of doing this sort of Anax build with Devotion, to instead go for a much more big red with probably Chandra, maybe. Yeah, either one of the Chandras, I guess, because this one can generate mana, so that's pretty decent for ramping up to the bigger things that can then make 2 tokens, as well as having the double and triple costs. But yeah, probably Awakened Inferno or Drakaseth as top ends, and then in that, yeah, then building essentially a bigger deck with the large creatures that will benefit from Anax more, that have more loyalty to make him bigger. Yeah, I think I did overlook Chandra initially, and probably should reconsider putting that in. And heck, maybe even the 7th 7 dwarf would have made it easier to get 3 of them to have them big enough. But regardless, mono red isn't exactly my colour of choice to go, especially in monocolours. Like red, I think is a fine colour when splashing with stuff, but it's definitely not my playstyle. I do much prefer the more long, drawn-out games, and I do greatly dislike the fact that a lot of the time things can get out of the range of your removal because it's all burn. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.